Yo, it's the Chop It Up podcast, man. It's your boy Hawklyfe, and I got a good one for you today. What you just heard was Forgive Me by my special guest, Paxson Chase.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
It's him, man. It's gonna be a fun episode right now. I'm gonna tell you, just your style of music in itself. Um, the sound I heard, I'm gonna tell you straight off the bat, and you probably heard this a million times. You do not match the sound that I just heard on that song. I would have never guessed. And then, but I will say this. I will say this. You're incredibly creative. Uh,
Thank you.
your music is really, really good. I don't know where you've been at. I don't know what they've been listening to, but you give me such a Andre 3000 vibe.
Oh
Yeah,
wow, thank you. You're actually the first person to ever say that to me. I never got that reference, so
it's
thank you.
totally that vibe. It's like I would say Corky, but it's you. It's original.
Yeah,
You
thank
know
you,
what I'm
man. Thank you.
saying? Everything about it is original, from the title to each song, and it's you bringing them in to your world. So it's crazy. We're
Thank you,
gonna
man.
definitely, man. We're gonna get into the music first, man. Before we get into the questions, basically, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna call out some songs, and we're gonna talk about them and see what was the creative process behind them.
All right, cool.
Let's start off with the song that's out now, "Be Yourself."
Be yourself.
I believe that's the album of the
Oh, yeah, cool. Whatever do you. That
yeah.
I don't have. Yeah, that's a mixtape I just dropped. With that one, because I just dropped before that I dropped the EP called Pink 2.
Mhm.
And I was trying to make a deluxe version to it, but it just never got into like fruition or whatever.
Yeah.
So the project, yeah, cool. The mixtape, yeah, cool. Whatever do you? That's like a extension of that, but like it's like 3 songs. I think it is like 3, 4 songs,
Mhm.
and the creative process with that, it was like old. It was like song because on Pink 2, my EP Pink 2, I had like 10 versions of it because I just couldn't find which one was the one. I think I eventually went with like number 8 or whatever. But those songs were like on like two of the songs were on version 2, the other song was on version 9 or some shit like that. But so like I guess they were kind of throwaways, but I felt like, they were really good ones that I was able to like, you know, redo them, touch them up a little bit and put them out. I hope that they liked it. That's all that was.
Absolutely. Let's talk about I want to kill myself, but now it's not the
Not the
right
right
time.
time. Yeah, everyone. I seen that coming eventually. I recorded that, and dropped out. I think I was like 17. I'm 23 now, and that was my first big song, and I'll never forget it because,
Yeah.
being so young, I was like 17, 18, and as the numbers were climbing, I'm like, I made it. Fuck it, like it's over. Like I
Yeah.
don't got to do shit no more. Yo. I'm
Yeah.
done. And obviously, it didn't go that far, but it went far enough to give me the platform that I have now. And I was just like, I was a kid. I was like dealing with depression and
Yeah.
life and shit like that. Just a bunch of shit that was just unnecessary that happens, to a person. Period.
Yeah.
And when I made that song, I did not expect it to get what it got because I was so young. Just another aspiring artist. Especially from where I'm from Trenton, New Jersey. The type of music that I make isn't really like, oh my God, like we gotta hear that shit. So I'm thinking nobody gonna hear it. I gotta talk. I gotta vent a little bit. So I'm gonna just do it. And everybody heard it apparently. And like now that's like the template when you like search up my name or anything, that's what comes up. Like that is what gave me the 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 energy and the time and the space to be where I'm at now. So that's all that
Absolutely.
was.
Absolutely. And what I love about your music, you allow yourself to be vulnerable in a lot of your
Mm,
songs. And you allow
mm,
and you take us in your journey, and you ain't afraid to let your flaws show and let the scars show. And when the artists are vulnerable like that and they be able to put out good music, the response you got is the response you should have got. It should have been
yeah,
more of a response, and it's gonna be probably even more of a response.
yeah,
Shit.
definitely.
Um, I want to say his name right, but I'm gonna say No Favors featuring Nobody.
Nobody cares. Yeah. He just changed his name to Lover Boy Kai now. So shout him out, man. He a dope artist too. But no favors. See, on my very first mixtape, like the big one, which had that last song I want to kill myself on.
Yeah.
The point of that project, because every project I've dropped, I don't have any albums out yet because I feel like I'm not there yet, but I have a lot of EPs and mixtapes, and that was a mixtape. And the concept behind that mixtape for me, I was going through like a lot of friendship shit, like I was losing a lot of friends and stuff. And no favors was just like, hey man, I'm done trying to be nice to people. I'm gonna just do me. I'm gonna live my life. And that's why the hook is like loyalty, don't run deep, but don't run deep, because like, people that were real close to me were doing me dirty at the time. Like I said, I was so young when I dropped out, 17, 18. So like I was like kind of angry at the world. Like, bro, like I thought we were friends. We came out of high school together, and now you doing this, that, and the third. It was different, but like it like you said, I don't really put out a lot of tracks where I'm just rapping, oh yeah, man, I got money. Like, I mean, I can, and like I've had songs like that where I'm just spitting bars and going hard, but I much rather just put out my life so people know, like, yo, man, like, damn, like I'm not the only one going through that shit. Like, okay, cool, like, okay, because like I feel like if I had that at my age or even now, sometimes I'll be a lot better. You know what I mean? So like, I just want to be like that voice to the voiceless, so to speak. So with no favors, it was kind of like, yo, bro, I get it. Loyalty don't run deep, bro. Don't even worry about this shit. Just keep doing you, man.
Yeah.
That's all that was.
Absolutely. I mean, they say trial bring you tribulations, but it also bring you success. So I mean, your feeling brought you a lot of success. So that lets you know that's the warehouse. That's what works for you, and you ain't afraid to stay in the bubble. And you can go outside the bubble, but that's what you're with. And I understand.
And yeah, when it comes to like going out the bubble, I believe that I could still have the same subject matter, but just in different worlds of genres of music. Like my last mixtape, I did like some pop rock or some soft rock. There's some songs where I'm doing like lo-fi or alternative music. Most of my music is alternative, but I could do hip hop, I could do rappity rap, and I could do the rock and roll, and like I just like to try different type of genres because I just it's fun, like to just step out the box, but I could still have my same subject matter if needed. So that's like the goal that I feel like a lot of artists forget. Like you can step out your box, your bubble, but you can still talk about the same stuff that you want to talk about, or you could do a lot of things differently instead of just sitting there like, all right, I'm gonna have to keep doing the same old thing over and over and over again because that's what they like. Can you be surprised how many people actually like certain things? Like you just don't know how to find it. That's all that is.
Absolutely. One that stood out, Leah's interlude.
Yeah. I had a friend at the time. She's still my friend. I love her to death. She was going through a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? And like I said, because that project on Welcome Me, I was 17, 18. You really can't do much for people at that age. You still trying to figure out your own life and stuff. And I seen her struggling. And I was working at a grocery store. Just finished high school. I had nothing, I couldn't do nothing. I was living with my mama. I couldn't help her the way I wanted to. So the best I could do was just vent on a little track and just tell her I love her and I'm sorry. I mean, it got great reviews. And I feel like, honestly, because I dropped that before I wanted to kill myself and I thought the right time. And I feel like that song, it didn't skyrocket me, but it got me noticed because the tempo, the I am so sorry. Like people were like, whoa, what's that? That caught your ear. And then like that's when I felt like people were like slowly like keeping their eye on me, but not really listening. And then I dropped I wanted to kill myself. And that's when they were like, all right, we can bounce with him a little bit. He's not that bad. Yeah. So that's what that was. But other than that, with Leah's interlude, honestly, it was such a personal track that I never like expected it to do something. So, because like a lot of personal tracks, like stuff, especially like that, like by a friend that you don't know, they don't know, he don't know, they're like, all right, cool. But I feel like the melody and the lyrics is what kept the people intrigued. Like I feel like some people actually wanted to help themselves. Like they're like,
Yeah,
"Hello,
that
what's
they
her
can
name?"
relate to it.
Yeah,
Something
exactly,
about music that people can relate to. You know,
exactly. Because I
grasp
feel like
gravitate.
exactly because I feel like everybody got that one friend that is like, "Dang, bro, I wish I could be there for you, but
Yeah.
I really can't right now." And that's all it was. That's all it was.
Maybe hey, I'm earning now. Wish, yeah, I get it. Side note to all y'all out there, man. YouTube world, y'all know we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
we're at 703, man. So keep pushing the numbers, keep on liking, commenting, and subscribing, man. You know what I'm saying? The 6 month journey been crazy, man. Let's keep doing what we do,
Yeah,
man.
man.
So
Congrats, man. Congrats.
definitely appreciate that, man. Definitely, man. Rock out with us, man, cause I'm, we got this big concert coming up. It's the TGIF. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday Music Fest. Summer
Yeah,
concert.
yeah. I signed up for that. I'm hoping to get it.
Yeah.
How are we doing that? Like, are we gotta is it gonna be like in person or
It's gonna be virtual.
okay, cool. I'm
It's
just
gonna be
asking.
virtual, and I think what he want with me and the guy that I'm doing it with agreed
Yeah,
upon.
musically, right? Yeah.
Yeah, musically we agreed upon letting everybody record their verses. That mean they sets, not their verses, they sets. Basically they gonna film the whole process of like whatever you want.
Okay.
You just film it and perform it like that. Your two songs, and we're gonna have hosts come in that's gonna introduce each artist before they sets. So,
Okay. All right. Cool.
yeah,
Cool.
it's gonna
Cool.
be part of a series. It's gonna be dope, but it's definitely gonna be a big one on the 4th of July. Um, we got a nice number of people. From what I'm thinking, since there's so many people that gravitate this award, everybody's probably gonna make it. Everybody's gonna make it. So it's gonna be a dope situation where it's gonna be in parts.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. I can't wait to do it, man. I can't wait.
Yeah,
That's gonna be dope.
definitely. Like I said, man, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Off that subject, like I said, if you just tuned in, I'm here with my special guest, New Jersey, Trenton, New Jersey, independent artist, Paxson Chase.
How you doing, man? How you doing?
Uh, we getting back to the music before I get into the questions, but I'm gonna start asking some questions right now. You said you was telling me about how life was when you was younger and how it changed drastically when you got older. As with
Mm.
music, how has music inspired you, and how would you describe your growth from when you first started making music to now?
A lot better. A lot better. I mean, when I first started making music, when I when I dropped my very first song, I was like 16, 17. I was still in high school in my junior year, I believe. And I was with another guy, another rapper. And we dropped a group project. And if you hear that project, you could not play that around your kids. Like I was just cursing and blurting. Like I was saying some crazy stuff. Like when I go back and listen to it, I'm like, oh, that's dope. Like I felt like I was ahead of my time at the time, but like it just certain things you just can't say, you know what I mean? And like I was cursing my ass off. Like I was like, I'm free, I can say what I want, like I don't care. And compared to now, most of my songs don't have cursing. Like it's very rare when you see the explicit sign on there.
Yeah,
Um I I'm more about like just talking real stuff instead of just being like, I got this, I got that, I could do this, that. I don't do that. I mean, like I said, there are songs that I have, like on my last EP, Blossom, where I just really rap and just do what I feel. But I have a mission in my head now, and that's to help people. And I just feel like that wouldn't help people. So what's the point? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, other than that, I just be my growth, I would say, music wise, like the sound is a lot better. Because before, you know, you could tell it was amateur, you know, and I'm not saying like I'm some Dr. Dre great artist now, but like I'm getting better and better because I do everything myself, from the writing, the mixing, producing, all that. I do it all myself now. When I first started back then, I had a close friend of mine who did it with me, but now, but me and him stopped talking a long time ago. You know, because he didn't want to do music no more, so he branched out. So I had to learn it. I had to learn it myself, and ever since then, you know, it's different when you like, instead of me just saying, all right, I recorded this, do you, to now I'm like, okay, all right, how can I make this sound good? Because now it's on me. I can't blame him. I can't blame them. I can be like, yo, like, I messed that up. So like you grow when you realize that you don't want to be the one in the hot seat. So I had to just get better and better. That's all it was. So like either I get ahead or I get left behind. Because I started seeing my peers, they started doing better and better. And at one point I was in a dark spot where I didn't want to make any more music. And I think that was after I want to say Limbo. And I was like, bro, I don't care no more. Like, it's over. But something about music, man, it'll bring you back. It'll make you want to continue, man. And at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do what I can and see whatever happens. And that's all. That's where the growth really came from. Just not wanting to be that person. You feel me?
Absolutely. What inspired you to start making music from the beginning?
Um, I have something I call my 5 idols. I will show you the tattoos, but they're covered up right now. But XXX Tentacion, I have his Broken Heart. Kid Cudi, I have his Rager on my hand. Michael Jackson, I have I don't have it yet, but I'm gonna get like his initials behind my ear. And 50 Cent and Hobson, I don't know what I'm gonna do for those two yet. But those were the ones that helped me become the artist that I am, you know, in all different ways. From X and Cudi, like, helped me with depression and stuff. And Hobson just helped me like find who I am. And Michael Jackson and 50 just helped me understand that, you know, you could just be whoever you are, whatever you want to be. And people, you're gonna find a group that gravitates towards you. Absolutely. And I can the first song I ever written, I had to be like 8 years old. But it was like all comedy rap. Like, I was like just saying dumb stuff because I didn't know what I was doing at all. You know what I mean? And as I got older, I started like lyrical stuff. You know, listening to people like Eminem and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, maybe I could try this. And then I just started touching on words, seeing what could happen. You know, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But other than that, those were the ones that kind of like pushed me to be like, yo, I want to do this. Like, the very first rap song I ever heard was 50 Cent in the Club. And I was like, this is dope. Go Sean. It's your birthday. And I'm like, yo, this is dope. Like, this melody's crazy. I'm a kid. And I'm like, yo, like, what is this? Like, I love it. And that's why I just started doing it. I remember grabbing the TV remote, nobody home, and I'm just like standing on the couch or the table, pretending I'm in front of 50 million fans and stuff. Yeah. Just got random beats on and freestyling and stuff like that, because that's all I ever wanted to do. Yeah. And I remember my mom would come home, get on my table. What you doing, man? I'm sorry, like, you know, like that. But it was just fun. I mean, even now when I do perform, when I do have my shows, the most I ever performed in front of like 500, and I remember just thinking, nah, that's 50,000 people. That's 70,000 people out there. I don't care, because that's all I ever wanted to do. You know, even when I get a chance to do it for the short amount of time that I can, especially with this whole pandemic crap going on, like, it just feels good. You know what I mean? So like, I remember just hearing 50 Cent in the club, thinking, yo, this is what I want to do. And then obviously I was so young, like, I don't know what I want to do, but like, I wanted to do music. Yeah. And I took every class. I did singing lessons, guitar, piano, drums. I did everything, right? And then like when I turned like 10, 12 years old, I'm like, I quit. I don't want to do it. Like, there's no point. I'm never gonna be this. I'm not like when you're 12, you think whatever your dream was as a kid, you're just not gonna happen. So I'm like, that's not gonna happen. I quit all the instruments. I dropped them, you know, like, and then now I'm here, and I'm like, you know what? I probably should have stayed in those classes. Like, I probably should have just stayed in those classes a little bit longer, because like, it'd have been dope to have those instruments under my belt, because I don't know how to play. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, you know, I don't remember how to play those things at all. I was so young, but like, it's still like, I think it's funny how the world works. You know what I mean? Like, one minute you're like, man, I'm not doing it. You quit like 4 or 5 different classes, and now you're like, kind of want them classes back and stuff. So I'm basically trying to retrain myself to do it all again. Like, I'm getting back to the piano. I'm trying to get back to the guitar. Luckily I was in singing long enough to like know enough to like help myself out. But other than that, that's kind of what inspired me. Just that one song kind of sparked a light. Now, obviously the stuff I made is way different from what that one song is, but like, like I said, that one song sparked it, but my other idols that I've heard, they kind of like grew and molded me into what I do now. So yeah.
I can tell by the way you talk about music and express how much you love it. You know what I'm saying? It's in body language to me. I've always been a body language person, and it shows
Yeah.
much. You know, music has influenced you and brought you through tough times. For me, music was an emotional outlet first. It started with poetry, and music was the branch that came from the poetry. So I get it, and this music thing is ingrained in us, and especially on the independent circuit when we have that time to own our music and that time to really appreciate the music that we put in.
Exactly.
So, tell me, what's the top 5 artists in your playlist today?
Ooh, top 5 in my playlist right now.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to throw 21 Savage in there, man. That and my thing. A lot of people don't expect the type of music I listen. I listen to anything, bro. If I like it, I like it. I don't care, man.
I like 21 though.
Yeah, man. Yeah, 21 Savage. Dominic Fike. That's another one of my favorites right now. I'm still bumping X right now. I've been going back through his old albums. Next and Tentacion, man. This is actually tougher than I thought it would be. Yeah, I'm still bumping that new I'm still bumping Kendrick right now because I'm just waiting for some new Kendrick out right now.
Yeah, I think he'll drop something soon, man.
Yeah, man. And then it's a tie between J. Cole and Brockhampton. So I know I kind of just cheated there, but like
I know you gotta add another one in there. But yeah, J. Cole just dropped the album, or about to drop it.
Yeah, he about to drop it in a couple of weeks, a couple of days. He said, "I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that."
Yeah, cause I like his sound. I'm excited for it too. Bring some of that real talk into it. You know?
Exactly. We haven't had that in a minute, so I think it's time.
Yeah, it's definitely time. We need that refreshing time to do that. Need that music in the soul. Need that music for the soul. What else? Oh, so what kind of software do you use to record?
I use FL Studio. That's kind of what I started with. It's kind of what I grew with.
Yeah.
The more better I got, the better the software got. Honestly, like they kept updating and stuff. And I mean, like I've used Logic and Ableton, and I think those are the only ones I ever used. But in Pro Tools, but this is what I started with. This is what I'm used to. You know, I don't see the need to change. That's just me though. You know, I mean, I got one friend that uses Ableton. He loves it, and he'll see me use FL. He's like, bro, how do you do this? Like, just no. And then I got another friend that uses Audacity, and like I said, it's just what I'm used to. You know, it's whatever you're used to. Kind of, you know, you're making your art. So kind of all it is.
Yeah, I know how it is. I use Audacity, but even with the editing, it got the volume issues with the Audacity, but it's still a good app.
Yeah.
What do you want your fans to take from your music?
That they're not alone. Because a lot of my music is about relationship issues or depression or just pain in general. And I literally do it in such a way where it's not cringy, you know. It's like, all right, you're trying too hard. Like I tried my best to make it in such a way where it's like, okay, like I see what he's saying, but he's not really like pushing the issue. He's like, hey man, you know, this happens, you'll be okay, type shit. And I just want people to know, like, you know, dealing with the issue that they deal with, you're not alone. You'll be okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like everything happens for a reason. And just like you're dealing with your shit, I'm dealing with my stuff, and we might be in the same issue. I see it as the way I've always seen life is like a dinner table, but we all have our own plate of food. And I don't have no right to tell you that your plate is good or bad. Like, because I may like chicken, but you don't like chicken, but you got chicken on your plate. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's like, that's how I always seen life. So like, I just want everybody to know that at the dinner table, we could just talk, because like that's the best time to talk is at dinner, you know.
Yeah.
So that's always what I always wanted them to get from the music itself. Like, yeah, I got some good lines in there. I want them to go, okay, that was beautiful, or yo, he hit that note great. But I want them to understand the underlying, like, yo, he went through the same issues that I went through, or he knows people that went through this. So I'm not alone. I don't have to feel that way no more. And that's all it is.
Absolutely. Would you consider yourself a perfectionist?
Yes. Yeah, most definitely. Like I said on my second to last project, Pink 2, there were 10 versions of that before I was able to pick like one. I'm not like a perfectionist where like if it's not perfect, I'll redo it. I'm a little bit more hardcore, more extreme. If I don't like it, I delete it. Like it's off the computer, it's gone, it's never coming back, because I don't know, it's something about that energy. Like I don't want that energy still there, type of thing. I mean, some songs are really great. It's just like, no, not good enough. Delete. Like I don't keep anything. I don't have anything vaulted, or like I record as needed. So right now, if you were looking at my computer, you would see everything from the project that are already out. There's nothing in my computer that is just not out yet, unless it's like planned to come out. But other than that, there's nothing in there that was like from last year or 2 months ago. It's just like either I know that's coming out or it doesn't exist, because that's how my brain works. Because like then if I'm like, okay, this song was trash, but I'm going to keep it, maybe I'm going to keep going back to it over and over and over again until I can try to either fix it or change something. And then sometimes it's a waste of time. Like some things just aren't good, you know what I mean? And I just don't want to keep staying on that. So I'll delete it over. If I have to, I'll just delete it. Like just straight kick it out. It don't matter. There's so many versions of so many projects. Like all the projects that are out now, there's so many versions of it that I can make 4 more projects off of them, 4 or 5 more projects off of them. But obviously that just wouldn't work, because like every project I've ever made is was in a mindset that I was in. I was dealing with whatever I was dealing with, and that's that. So I after that project is done, I'm out of that mind state now. It's time to get to a new world, new mind state, because everything is different. Like my Pink series, Pink 1 and Pink 2 was relationship wise. Limbo was about like suicide and like stuff like that. Walk With Me was about like friendships and breaking down and being on your own. And then Blossom was like coming out of depression and being who you want to be and just like being okay now. And then yeah, whatever cool do you is kind of like, bro, I'm over it. Do you, like, I don't care anymore type stuff. Yeah. So everything's a different mindset no matter what I do. So my next project, which I don't know what it'll be, I'll change it a heartbeat. Like I'm so wishy-washy with stuff. Like 1 minute, if I start recording a full project, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is nice. Like, and it happened like 2 days ago. Honestly, I was I finished a full EP. It was like 12 songs. I'm sorry, mixtape, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is cool. And I heard it back, didn't like it, deleted the whole tape. It's gone. Like, can't find it. It's gone. Like, it's whatever.
Like that's ghost file. Yeah,
exactly. Because I feel like it just, I don't know. It's something about like the vibe. Just me knowing that it's there. I'm like, maybe you can go back and change it. Maybe you can go back and change it. But I know it's just not gonna be any better than what it was. So what's the point of keeping it? So I just get it out there real quick.
Absolutely. Who would be your dream collab?
Anybody off my 5 idols. Obviously, I can't do it with Michael or X right now, but you know, Hobson, Cuddy, and 50. Yeah. One of those.
Sorry, my 50 songs is Many Men.
That's a classic. That's one of my favorites right there too, man. That's one of my favorites right there.
Yeah, he was a different type of beast.
Yeah, man. And then Cuddy just dropped his new album. Sorry, my dog named it. I named my dog Cuddy. So every time I say Cuddy, she's like, "What's up?" Like, but yeah, he dropped his album, and I've been bumping that too, man.
So to tell the people where they can find your music at.
Anywhere. Just look up my name, Paxson Chase. You do that, you'll find it. You know, that's PAXSON and Chase. You type that in Google, it'll take you everywhere. Type it in on Instagram, it'll take you to my page. Twitter, take you to my page. It's just that name right there. Nothing else, nothing more. no hat, no underscores, no dots, no nothing, just Paxson Chase. And you'll find me. I'm everywhere. I made sure that I got everywhere. So like you'll be fine. You know, you just look me up anywhere.
Uh, how would you describe your music in general? What genre would you put yourself in?
Um, I never really, I can never say I have a genre like for my music all in whole. Certain songs are stuck in a different genre. Uh, like I have a song called Bad Habits. I would say that like that's real hip hop. No Favors, that's hip hop. I Want to Kill Myself, but now not the right time. I would say that's like alternative lo-fi. I got a song called Everything. That's like a soft rock. Like every song has a different genre, but me as an artist, I would just say I'm an alternative artist. Like I just kind of do anything,
Yeah,
whatever I can do. Obviously, I'm not gonna step out and do some stuff that I know I can't do, but if I feel like I can do it, I'm gonna try it. Cause like, what's the harm in trying? You feel me?
yeah. If you got some people you want to get some shout outs to, man, give them some shout outs out there.
I mean, you know, shout out to my man Loverboy Kai, Sam, Malachi, all those, every artist out there in Jersey right now, just out the world. Shout out to all the independent artists because we don't get a lot of love we deserve. You know,
Absolutely.
we're
That's
doing
why.
this out of our pocket,
Absolutely.
like off of our dreams and hard-earned money. I know people that work 40 hours a week, then come home and then try to record or write. Like I work two jobs, and a new thing I started doing before. I used to never do this, but now that I got older, I'm like I understand it. Is I don't work on weekends now, so I work two jobs during the day. On weekends, just music, 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 music. Um, so like shout out to everybody that's independent, that's just doing them, man. Whether it's music, podcasts, trying to get tattoos out there or trying to get your paintings out there, just shout out to you guys. Because people don't understand. Like people just say, oh man, you're just trying to chase a dream, like get a job. Like no one, not like it's okay to have a 9 to 5, don't get me wrong. Like you don't have to be something, but
Yeah,
some people don't want that. Like
yeah,
I wake up every day for
sure.
work and I'm like, bro, this is bullshit. like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
like
yeah,
like
absolutely.
we're I feel like and people don't understand that, you know, if you don't trust or believe in somebody's dreams, that's okay. You ain't gotta support it.
Yeah,
And like just shut up. You know, you ain't gotta try to because people will try to shoot you down as fast as they can. And I feel like that's bull crap because like I just know that another like misconception about other independent people in general, just they think that you have to buy, you
yeah,
know, to support when you like a share, a like, just tell your friend, you know, because maybe they'll like
absolutely.
it. That's all it is sometimes. It's not really all about the whole buying, especially with music, because you don't have to buy music, but if you play it one time, that's enough for me, you know. And even with the people that like always, because I get a lot of hate and I get a lot of love, you know. And even with the people that hate it and they'll come at me like, bro, this is garbage, man. I told you to stop. I'm like, hey man, you know, thank you for the listen. Like you
Mm,
still listen. You
you
don't
still
get that you're
listening. I mean,
still
you listen to hate, you know. So, uh,
exactly. So that's that.
yeah, I tell people my story of doing this podcast and how it was an accident and how it wasn't really a part of the plan because I never was the type of. I always knew how to hold a conversation, but I was always shy.
Mm,
People didn't know that I talked until I held a conversation with them.
yeah,
So
that's
that
understandable.
was kind of weird. And I was like, hey, I always used to work like that because I would never be the approachable type. They would have to approach me. If I'm in a
Mhm.
room with somebody, I'm not gonna start the conversation. You might as well.
Exactly, man. And that's how I was too. I was always like in high school, I was either asleep or just not there in general.
Yeah,
So when I was there and I seen the other people just rapping at the lunch line or rapping at the lunch tables,
yeah,
and I'll be sitting there just watching them, and I'll be like, "Yo, can I get it?" Like,
yeah,
"Whoa, you don't rap, bro. What are you doing?" And I'll go in and I'll just go hard, and they're like, "Whoa, what the hell is this?" Like, I
yeah.
didn't think he would do that. So like, it's always the quiet ones. That's a true statement. And it be
That's
the
true
ones that
statement.
just that just like to be by themselves or to be on their
Yeah,
own space and stuff like that. Like I would eat lunch alone,
yeah,
and it got to the point where people would tap me like, "Yo, Josh, we about to rap, we about to rap,"
yeah,
and I'm like, "All right, bro." Like I
yeah.
ain't know that.
You know, I get it. I get it because I went through it a lot, and I tell people that's the power of music. That's the part. See, this the part of music I like when music draw people in. I don't care where you from. I done interview people from Romania. I done interview people from Australia. I done interview people from goddamn Russia. I done interview people from Canada. I done interview people from
That's crazy.
California, all over the US. I'm telling you, the way music brings people together.
Amazing. Amazing. I mean, honestly, I dropped my first song when I was 16. I'm 23 now, and I can't count how many friends I have around the world. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like I have a great friend in Vegas. I have a great friend in Australia. It's just crazy. I've met people all over the world. Like you're from Louisiana, right?
Yeah.
I would have never in my life, in my life. But like, yeah, man, I'm gonna talk to somebody from Louisiana tomorrow. Like, it's just weird to me. Like, I had to learn time zones because of this. Like, I never knew shit about time zones. I just studied my own world.
I had learned a lot since I've been doing these interviews because I needed to learn it and learn it fast. Because
man,
it'll be 3 o'clock somebody's time and it'll be like 2 a.m. the day before my time. I'm like, what the hell?
Exactly, man. I remember when I was trying to do the interview with Musically. And me and him just kept missing. Each other for like 3 days straight. And I'm like, where are you from? Let's start with that. He's like, I'm from Texas. I'm like, okay, let me look this up real quick. And I look it up. I'm like, okay, he's like a couple hours behind for this side. This is happening. Like, I had to learn that really fast, especially when I did an interview with a guy from Australia.
Yeah.
And he was like, it was like, I want to say 2 a.m. over here, and it was like 6 p.m. just broad daylight, like just perfect over there. And I'm like, oh man, all right, we can do it. Like it's crazy, man. It's crazy how the world works and how everything is. And I'm so grateful for all the friends and all the people I've met, like throughout the world, from like you said, from Cali to Australia to Russia. Like I've met a lot of people that I would probably never say that was gonna happen. If you would have asked 16-year-old me, yo, do you think you're going to be talking to people from Louisiana or this, that, and the third? I'm like, maybe if I go there, but I don't think I'm going to be doing that. I don't know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's amazing, man.
Imagine meeting people from all over the world, but I'm humbled by it because I do what I do because, like my guest said, artists out here on the independent scene don't have all the opportunities as the big names have. And I think they should have the platform to be heard as well because there's so many great independent artists that's a lot 10 times better than the artists that's out here.
Exactly, man.
No auto tune, no.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
Doing their own editing, their own marketing, their own verses.
Exactly. And I feel like not a lot of people understand that, and that's what gets me every time, is because we all work so hard, you know what I mean, just to get heard for even that 1 minute, and people just don't get it. It's sad to see, but I guess I mean, I understand, because no one wants to hear what no one else is listening to. And I don't know if that made sense or not, but that's the truth. It's like, if it's not on the radio, if your friend not bumping it in their car, it's like, why would I listen to that? Because that's weird now. Because now I'm the oddball. Because yo, what are you listening to? So I'd rather just listen to what everyone else listens to, and I understand where they get that. But once I got out of that mind state when I was a kid, and I started listening random anything, I would just go on YouTube, type in music playlists, and whatever played, I just listened to, and I'd be like, yo, this is dope. I found a lot of rock and roll, a lot of the jazz, hip hop. There's a lot of artists, everything, And I was like, yo, this is cool. It's cool to just be able to just listen. That's all it is. That's all it is. Just listening. Because like I said, if you don't like it, that's okay. You just live your life. But then there's the people that want to bash it, and that's where I have the issues at. Because people don't understand how hard we all work in general just to even get it to that point for you to bash it. We've worked so hard for us to get to that point. But it's gonna be a forever cycle.
I was about to say, it's a forever cycle. They gonna do that. I prefer to say myself, if I do something and I start off with 10 haters, I need 20 by the time next year comes, because that's all motivation to me. I understand you hating because you want attention. You wish you
pretty much
position that I'm in. You wish that you were as talented as I am. I ain't gonna diss you. I'm gonna stay humble, but I'm gonna let you know I thank you for your hatred. Because if it wasn't for it, I wouldn't be motivated today.
Exactly. Because it's like, whatever, man. Because man, doing this, man, like I said, doing this has really humbled me and changed me a lot because I went from being that kid just rapping in a lunch line. Now I'm heard all over the world. Like I never thought people would be listening to my music or listen to my voice in general in like Paris or the UK. It's like, wow, like that's weird to think of me, but like that's what's happening. I mean, and I'm only, and I'm like I said, I'm really young. I'm only 23. So I have some time left, and I'm gonna just use it the best I could. And that's all I have to do.
Absolutely, man. Dope interview, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Cause like I said, I don't say this too often. Y'all know I don't say this too often. When it come back, see, I don't know if he want to stay fully independent or he looking to sign a contract. He might want to stay independent. I don't know his goal set. I don't know how he doing for the love of music. How important it is to you, the creative process is that more important than signing with a big label?
Man, that's a question I always ask myself. Like, because I don't want to be famous, you know. I don't want to be, oh my God, it's Pack the Chase. I just want to be, I just want to be okay. And what I mean by that is I want to be able to just live and not worry about bills, not worry about my mama or my daddy struggling. Just want to just live. You know what I mean? I want to be able to just wake up and be like, oh, the bills due? All right, fix that. Done. Like I don't want to have to struggle, but I also don't want the fame because I'm not like we said, I'm the quiet kid, you know. I don't want everybody on my face. I don't want pictures taken everywhere, but that what kind of comes with it. So I mean, I understand it. I mean, even now I get recognized. It's rare, but I get recognized, and I'm like, oh, but I think depending on where I'm at when that deal comes, that will be my answer. You know what I mean? Like if I'm at where I'm at right now, and a label called me like, yeah, we want to sign you, depending on how much it is, I may take that deal. But if I'm like at maybe that's like a little bit better, doing real good at that okay successful rate, and then that deal comes, I'm a pass on it because I feel like I'm doing fine. But it depends on where I'm at that moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell artists, his answer was the perfect answer. I would have said if you can be one of them artists, they got a lot of artists, but rarely that you have artists that own both their creative and future. So, and when I see artists like that, to do that, to break those milestones and those barriers, to do that, and motivate other artists to do it, I would say that when you did, especially when you're dealing with these labels, you know what I'm saying? Make sure the paperwork right. Make sure you read through it.
Exactly.
You sign these 360 deals. Don't let these people sham you, and you can't get your master's when you're ready to retire, and you gotta be 70, 80 years old before you get your master's. But you was making music when you was 25. How the hell I gotta wait till I'm 70 to get my master's? Make sense.
I don't get it, man. And it's funny because when I first started, I had my own label. I created a label, and when I made the label, I had 4 artists and 2 producers under it, and I'm not with them anymore. But my own label did me like something that I own did me dirty, and that's what like the point of the walk with people was about. Like just like we were friends, you know. And they did me dirty, but I mean that was years ago. But it's still like funny how you could even own a label. Like label, the title label means anything could happen. That's what I always expected now. Like, so when it comes to labels and stuff, I just try to I try my best. I mean, because you never know what happened in general. So
absolutely. Yeah. I just be careful out there, man. And anybody trying to make this a career, stay motivated, stay dedicated. Final question: what would you tell to a young and upcoming artist out here trying to make music and make it?
It's not as expensive as you think. When I first started, I was like, I'm gonna need so much money. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I started with $100 mic. I bought the $200 version of FL Studio, and then I bought $100 interface. Like now that's a little steep, but it's not what you would think. You know what I mean? That's like what 500 right there. After that, the rest is history. I just did what I could do.
Yeah.
And went from there. Like my first mixtape, Welcome Me, was on $100 mic. And I just recorded it, did my best, whatever happened. It's really not expensive as people think. People think that, you gotta buy the finest of the finest to start out, and that's not true at all. I mean, I thought the same thing at one point, I'm not gonna lie. But as I got older, and after I bought the cheap ones, that I went over and over, and then when you get better, then you upgrade. There's no point to start. You don't bring the game to practice. You know what I mean? So that's all it was. So I would tell everybody, it's not expensive if you think. Put a little money aside if you really want to do anything, not just music, anything in your dreams, and just start off cheap. And then as you gradually get better and better, get better equipment. But don't just think you could. I've seen people buy the most expensive equipment and then just flop, and now they're selling their equipment. You know what I mean? Like, don't waste your time if you really don't think you're gonna do it. Start out with something cheap, so that way, like, you know what? I spent like a little $100. It's not a big deal. You know what I mean? So that's what I say.
Absolutely. Oh man, like I said, it was a dope podcast, man. Make sure you follow Paxson Chase on every platform. He's everywhere. You can't miss him. He's everywhere. I guarantee you. Support the artists, man. Support the movement, the independent movement, man. Very highly talented artists, and I know I'm gonna see him in the future by the billboards, and I'm gonna tell all y'all I told you so. If you I said, I'm letting y'all know I gotta talk anyhow. Before we get out here, man, I gotta kick y'all off with a dope freestyle. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna definitely kick y'all off with a dope freestyle, and if my guest gonna join in, he's welcome to. But listen, they say peace, power, respect. See, there's some things I don't understand, but I'm living with regrets. See, I see the Nike, but I'm involved by the check. See, this is a vivid picture. I hope you see the circumstances of my pain. They said when it storms and rain, I wonder if things gonna change. After this pandemic, we'll never be the same. I don't think you understand to see the vivid picture. Misery loves company. I hope you're not trying to be with them. I hope you're trying to be a separate entity because these entities trying to get me. There's some type of disease I can't see. I make them believe. You know what I'm saying? Stuck in the tree. Make a way for yourself. Don't move wrong. Don't get lost. Don't get lost. See, wealth is health. So you gotta move right, drink water, and get money. Shit get funny. Days get hard. Rain pours and sunny. Yeah.
Let me see what I got for you. Let me see. All right. I'm overzealous. I know they jealous. I'm doing fine. I'm living life and I'm doing this should be a crime. The way I live, these niggas hate me. That's fine with me. I'm doing good. I hope you gonna see me. See, I'm like a star, but never gonna fly away. With all my pain, I know one day I'm gonna die today. So when I do, I hope you remember all the things I ever said. Because when it's over, it's all a dream. I feel like Pop, no biggie. Wait, I think I changed. I don't know what's next for me, but I think I'm the same. I think that everything happens for reasons can't explain, but I can't complain that everything happens when I explain. How you gonna be better when you don't want to make go? I got no queen like Coretta, but you know I'm going far. I'm doing my shit. You know that I'm different when I live. So if you got a problem, man, it's probably in your head.
Absolutely, man. Like I said, man, Chop It Up podcast, man. Special thank you to my special guest, Paxson Chase, for being in the building, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me once again, man. I really appreciate it.
Oh, man. Super dope interview, man. I enjoyed it, man. It was my pleasure.
I enjoyed it too, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, man. You have a great one.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. Chop It Up podcast, your boy Hawklyfe. Chop it up.